Apple's been promising a foldable iPhone for 8 years. 2020, 2022, 2024. Every time, next year. Well, next year is finally this year. The iPhone Ultra is real. It's nearly in production, and it starts at $2,000. But here's what nobody's saying out loud. To build it this thin, Apple is killing one of the most iconic iPhone features of the last decade. They're dropping a camera every Pro user relies on, and there's a battery number in these leaks that physically might not add up. So the real question, is this the biggest iPhone redesign since the iPhone X, or a $2,000 experiment with too many compromises? Let's break down all 7. Start with the shape, because Apple did not copy Samsung. Most foldables open like a tall, skinny book. The iPhone Ultra reportedly opens into something wider than it is tall, a near square 4x3 canvas, basically an iPad mini in your hands. Closed, you get a 5.5-inch cover screen, usable one-handed like a normal phone. Open it, and you're staring at a 7.8-inch tablet display. The bet is simple. That squarer iPad-shaped screen is far better for split-screen apps, reading, and email than Samsung's tall canvas, and it's an easy sell to the millions of people already living on an iPad. But a big folding screen means a crease, and the crease is the one thing Apple obsessed over for years. That's next. Every foldable on Earth has the same flaw, that ugly line down the middle. It's the #1 reason people don't buy them. Apple reportedly made killing that crease its single biggest priority. And here's the supply chain bombshell. Samsung Display locked in a 3-year exclusive deal to supply Apple's foldable screen and briefly showed a near creaseless panel next to a Galaxy Z Fold at CES 2026 before yanking it off the show floor. How? A new layer stack plus a laser-drilled metal support plate and variable thickness glass, thinner right at the fold to spread the bending stress. If Apple nails this even halfway, it doesn't just match Samsung, it gives every reviewer one killer demo and reframes the entire category. Here's the spec that sounds fake. Unfolded, the iPhone Ultra is rumored to be around 4.5 millimeters thick. For context, the iPhone Air is 5.6 millimeters. This thing open is thinner than Apple's thinnest phone. Folded, it's roughly 9.5 millimeters. It's basically 2 iPhone Airs stacked, and somehow even slimmer. To survive being that thin and folding thousands of times, Apple's reportedly using a titanium and aluminum frame with a liquid metal hinge. One leaker even claims the internal design makes it the most repairable folding phone ever. Modular, stacked, fewer fragile ribbons. But this thin comes at a cost, and the next 3 upgrades are really 3 sacrifices, starting with the camera. Now the controversial part. For a $2,000 iPhone, the camera is a step down. Leaks point to just 2 48-megapixel rear cameras, a main and an ultra-wide. That's it, no telephoto lens. So if you live on Zoom, concerts, sports, your kid's recital, the iPhone 18 Pro Max still beats your more expensive foldable. There just isn't room for a periscope in a 4.5 millimeter body. The trade-off, because it folds, you get 2 18-megapixel front cameras, one for each screen, so you're covered for selfies and video calls whether it's open or closed. This is the one I told you to wait for. And honestly, it's stunning. On Apple's most expensive iPhone ever, Face ID is gone. The body's too thin to pack the full true depth array, so Apple is reportedly going back to Touch ID, built into the side power button, exactly like the iPad Air. Let that sink in. This would be the first new iPhone without Face ID since 2022. After years of telling us Face ID is the future, Apple's reversing course on its flagship. Some people will love it. Touch ID is fast and works flat on a desk. Others will see a $2,000 phone missing a feature your $800 iPhone has and feel robbed. Comment which camp you're in. I'll come back to that. Despite the sacrifices, the brains are pure flagship. The iPhone Ultra is expected to run the A20 Pro, built on TSMC's cutting-edge 2-nanometer process shared with the iPhone 18 Pro. But here's the under-the-radar story. It uses new packaging that stacks a full 12 gigabytes of RAM directly onto the chip, a bigger structural leap than the shrink itself, and the Fold is one of the first products to ship it. It also drops Qualcomm entirely for Apple's own C2 modem. Pair that horsepower with a version of iOS 27 tuned for the big screen, real side-by-side apps, iPad-style layouts, and Apple is finally reshaping iOS for productivity instead of just stretching it. Last one, and it's the spec leakers are fighting over. The iPhone Ultra uses a split-cell battery, and capacity leaks range wildly from 4,700 all the way to 5,800 milliamp hours. That huge spread tells you even the insiders don't agree. And this is the number that matters most, because it's the one you'll feel every single day. Driving a 7.8-inch screen in a 4.5mm body is a brutal physics problem. A 5,800 milliamp hour foldable could be an all-day champion. A 4,700 one powering that big canvas, that's the first thing I'd stress test in any review. Now, real talk, even if you want one, getting one might be hard. Production reportedly slipped from June to August 2026, but the launch is still targeted for September, alongside the iPhone 18 Pro. That's an unusually tight runway for a first-gen product with a brand new hinge and display. Expect a staggered, limited launch, tighter taps, longer shipping estimates, maybe a slide into October. Some analysts say buying an iPhone Ultra in 2026 could feel more like buying a Vision Pro than a normal iPhone. And at a $2,000 starting price, pushing $2,600 to $2,900 for a terabyte, this is by far the most expensive iPhone Apple has ever made. So 7 things: an iPad that fits in your pocket, a maybe invisible crease, a 4.5mm body, a camera downgrade, no Face ID, a 2-nanometer beast inside, and a battery nobody can agree on. The iPhone Ultra could be the biggest iPhone redesign since the iPhone X, or a $2,000 experiment only diehards adopt. But remember, none of this is official. Apple's expected to reveal it in September. So tell me straight, would you actually drop $2,000 on the iPhone Ultra or keep your regular iPhone? Comment Ultra or regular. I genuinely want to see how this crowd splits. If this saved you $2,000 on a blind upgrade, hit like, subscribe for every Apple leak, and I'll see you in the next one.